Still here. You lead, I'll follow.
Sorry about that, guys. Didn't realize I had my mic muted. Yeah, welcome back to the pure redguard playthrough of Skyrim. If you watched the last video, you should be right around here in Riverwood, having just gotten Fane Dahl as your companion.
I'm right behind you.
And so this is a pretty common exploit, but with the redguard playthrough, it's essential. You have to have it. You have to do it. Alright, so you're going to ask me to train you at archery, and obviously just do this. And if you did it right, you should still have 1 level. And so, assuming you did this perfectly, you should only level up twice from this. You're going to want to put both of them into health. And then novice alteration. And armsman 1. And then again.
I'll show you what I know.
If you followed the guide perfectly, you should be right here. In the exact same position that I currently am. Doing the exact same thing. Get health up to 150 using this exploit. And then you're going to want the first 2 ranks of armsman from it. And then you should also, if you followed the guide, should have 31 one-handed and should be able... Oop, I didn't mean to take his arrows. That's my bad. No, we need weapons. Give him back his arrows. I don't know why I'm looking at weapons. Take back your gold. And then with the... And then you're going to want to grab... Fighting stance.
I've got your back. I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? Lead on. I'll show you what I know.
And then we're going to do something a little unorthodox. If you have the Skyrim unofficial patch installed, you're going to need to uninstall it for this next part.
Let's get going then.
These videos are going to be roughly 40 minutes in length each.
What do you want me to carry?
If you did this perfectly, you should be able to get level 8, if I recall correctly, from this exploit.
What do you want me to carry?
7 is also fine. If you get 7, that works fine as well. 8 is just the best. Oh wait, did I take my gold back? I think I did, but I'm not sure. I did, yes. Alright, and then like I said, 150 health, and then invest 1 level into stamina, and then 8 you put into magicka.
I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll show you what I know.
And then you should get level 8 from this.
What do you want me to carry?
If you don't, that's not a big deal. It's the boosted magic is just kind of an extra thing. And then from here, you need to put your appropriate perk. Hold on, let me check. I have it on my phone. Okay, you're going to want to put, sorry, you need to put a perk, 2 perks into shield wall. And then you're going to want to wait until 10 at night. Oh, wait, no. Before you do that, make sure you dismiss Fane Dahl.
I'll head back home if you need me.
Wait an extra hour so he'll leave. And then wait till 10, and everyone should be gone by 10, except Alvor for some reason. So if that happens, just wait. Steal this shield. Quick save when you reach Camilla. Or at least around Camilla. Oh, make sure you have Oak Flesh Red, by the way, and Favorited. Which is something I did not do. Take over to the Mud Crab. Pull out flames. Skyrim? Okay. That was odd. Kill a mud crab. Just to level your destruction a tad. Run up here, get your bow ready. Don't sneak. Remember, do not sneak. Fire one arrow. If you miss, that's fine. And sword oak flesh. Juke around, cast oak flesh. Kill the wolf. Hope for the life of you that you don't get any diseases. Oh, I made a wrong turn. Nope. Once you kill the wolf, run past the rock down to the farm down here. Quick save as soon as you discover the farm, or very close to. Don't care about the companions, don't bother. There's something important. Grab 3 cabbage. Make sure you have 3. If you do, good. If you go into these barrels and find tomatoes, grab the according amount of cabbages. In this case, 3 more. Discover the stables. Come up here. Sneak. Make sure you're not seen. And if you can't get unseen, that's fine. Just run over to these barrels, which I don't take anything more than like 15 seconds for this. Don't bother to try and manipulate getting unseen. Undetected, just run over here. And then you will almost always get hidden right here. Put your shield in there. Come up here, take out your, unequip your sword. If you're unlucky, there'll be no guards up there. There will always be one up there, and then there should be one walking down. Pull out your fist. Punch the guard, cast oak flesh, give up. Take me to jail. Just immediately serve your sentence. And then you should be up at Dragon's Reach. If you are, perfect. If you're not, your game is glitched. Fix it somehow, I don't know. But either way, you're going to want to discover Dragon's Reach. That's just the fastest way to do it. Come into Dragon's Reach. Run up to the Jarl. Of course. Let this play out. Wait if you need to. I think it should go faster. If it doesn't, that's fine. Just gotta wait for this to play out. Unfortunately, it takes like 7,000 years to play out.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties. That would be best.
Hurry up. Speaketh.
Come, let's go find firing.
And then you should be friends with him by now. If this is not stealing, good. Take all the vegetables. Any experienced Skyrim players should know what's happening right now. Come down here, take everything. This is important. Not essential. Not essential. You don't have to grab the wine there, but I recommend it. There should be some potatoes and some leeks in here. There rarely is anything in the cupboard worth taking, except maybe a gold piece or two. But for the most part, you don't need to worry about those. Take the wine up here. Go into the cooking spit. Vegetable soup. You should be able to make, in this case, if you harvest all of the appropriate amount of leeks, you should have 7, favored it. Run out here. If you got any diseases, just cure them with the Trinitalos. If you didn't, you're fine. Just continue running. Do Carlotta's quest. We'll be doing Carlotta's quest later for more vegetable soup. Discover Whiterun. Fast travel down to the stables. It shouldn't take you very long. And then you're gonna you need to have 270 gold at the very least. At the very least, you should have 270 right by now.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Solitude.
We'll be off.
If it's nighttime, then you follow this walkthrough perfectly to a very T of the minute. Then it should, if I recall correctly, be day by the time you reach Solitude. If it's not, just wait till day. Oh, oop, there's something I forgot to do. If it is, it's stay here, so good. Head down to the stables. While you're here, if you need to, you're going to want to have, just in case, take a potato, and then there's another. Grab this bucket, just in case. You'll see why later. I think, make sure food, find your potatoes. Make sure you only have one in your inventory.
Extra coins. My husband. Honest pay for honest work.
If you have the Skyrim unofficial patch installed, then you're gonna need to. If you have the Skyrim unofficial patch installed, you're going to need to delete that. After you give her potatoes, get this horse. Make sure you only give her 1 potato. You grab potato horse. We'll give him a name later. You're going to want to head
Where do you want to go?
to Winterhold.
Time and back, and we'll be off.
Or sorry, no, you need a minimum of 320. And this part can be challenging. This part can be very challenging. The second you get to Winterhold, get on your horse, turn around, and start heading south. Just follow the road down. At this bush here, quick save. No particular reason for the bush, it's just the most ideal spot to quick save. If you're lucky, you won't get anything worse than an ice wolf. If you're unlucky, sorry about the cut. There will be 2 ice wolves. You just want to keep tanking the weather. When you reach these goats, quick save. And you see the Nordic ruins. Gonna need to go to Sarthal. This is something that is copied from Major Slack's video, but we do something a little different than him in the end of it. I don't remember the exact like maneuverance to get to Sarthal, but just make sure you discover Sarthal. That is important. Your horse should be able to tank. Come down here. If you don't discover Sarthal on the plateau, which is usually what happens, you should be fine. Come right over here. Discover Sarthal. Quick save. Fast travel back to Sarthal. Turn around. You're going to come up here. Want to turn right at the iron vein there. Keep going, if I'm not mistaken, to the right here. And then you'll see the little tower. You'll see the standing stone icon. You're going to want to head up there. That is the tower stone. And it's an essential to make sure that, one, we can get... make sure you don't fall off that cliff like I almost did. Sorry. It's been a day or two since I was on my practice characters rerunning this. Do not fall off that cliff. If you do, you are screwed. You cannot let this horse die until you got at least 1,000 gold spare. You're going to want to just, to the best of your abilities, make your way up to the tower stone. The best way, if I, like I said, it's been a minute since I've done this, so no be mad and comment. There's the Shrine of Talos. Again, if you have any diseases, just cure yourself there. Quick save here when you first reach this, and then start running along the ice plateaus. This is one of very few stones, you can see it right there near the Nordic Ruin. This is one of very few stones in the game that isn't guarded by any enemies, if I'm not mistaken. This is Orichalcum, if I recall correctly. Get the tower stone, pop it. Make sure you have it. Hop on your horse. And then you're going to want to fast travel to a stable. Here is when you get that shield back. Sorry about that irregular cut. Don't know what happened. It obviously hasn't reached 15 minutes. Come over here and your shield should be in the barrel. Take the shield. If I'm not mistaken, it doesn't, I don't think, it doesn't reset its stolen status. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And then speak to him. We want to go to Windhelm. Orsinium. Orsinium has some very interesting lore. If you actually go out and read about it or watch any videos on it, it's very cool. Sorry if you can hear like a what almost sounds like a circular saw or a table saw or something like that. I don't know. That noise just kind of comes from our washing and drying room for our clothing articles. I don't know. It just happens. I genuinely have no idea why. I've gone and I've looked while it's rampaging, and it just kind of vibes. Alright, you're gonna want to come down here. No need to discover any of the farms. I don't think you need that for a while. If you want to while you're here, you can discover Kyne's Grove, but it's really not essential. Brave the waters. Yeah, horses aren't very good swimmers. And then you get off. Nope, this is the wrong dock. Sorry about... it can take a couple tries to get to where you need to be. It's, over here. Not a couple tries, it can just take a second. Don't do it all on the horse, just get to there on the horse. Come talk to this guy. Your horse will be fine.
I'll give you a fair if you ask me. I can't look. Still interested in
Head over.
You've got yourself
This is not essential, but you want to do it earlier because it's cheaper. 250 gold cheaper to do it early. So instead of spending 520 gold, you spend 270. Do it like this. Overall, you from your entire haul from Helgen Keep, you usually make around 1,000, and that covers all your funds. Obviously, you need to discover Raven Rock.
welcome to Raven. Just be careful here.
Ignore the greeting party.
Aren't what they used to be.
You can pretty much always go around to there. Screw the greeting party. Turn to your right. You're going to want to keep running until you get to Old Attica Farm. Ignore the ash spawn attacking the captain. They don't matter. He can kill them. You do end up assisting him at some point. Just not yet. Move this guy's corpse. You won't be able to fast travel until you pass this trauma route. Fast travel back to the mainland. Little out of topic, but one thing I've never understood, the first time I watched one of these, I was so confused. I'm like, why are you going here? Why not just progress through the main story? I understand now. Actually, having gone into it and trying to do this, it's hard. It's hard. It takes a lot of optimization and reruns to figure out this is the best way to do it. And then from here, you need to fast travel back up to Dragon's Reach. Remember, this isn't a speed run, so if you take... It's not a speed run. I'm doing it fast because I know what I'm doing, but it's not a speed run. Take as much time as you need. Rewatch the video a couple of times, or whatever you need to do. No one's gonna laugh at you or anything like that. These are complex. It requires a lot of focus to follow these. Run down to your Vasker. Oh, now, shields are heavy armor, and if I'm not mistaken, they do level heavy armor, but they are technically part of the block skill, and so I'm excusing their use. By the way, just another little rule. Come into your Vasker. If I'm not mistaken, if you use a shield of heavy quality a lot, you will eventually ignore those two. Come down here. But yeah, heavy armor, and the shields you're going to be using are heavy armor. They're just, you have to. The armor rating of the light shield isn't enough. But yeah, with that, you should be fine. If you want to come here at night and steal these tomatoes, go right on ahead. I personally almost never do. You're gonna need to take this Daedra Heart. Make sure you're undetected here. Take the Elven Bow. Take that. this is arguably the easiest, arguably the hardest. If you get caught, I've never gotten caught doing that, but if you do, you should have 2 elven bows now. You should. And an elven sword. Unfavorite your imperial sword and your longbow, and favorite those 2. You're still going to be using iron and steel arrows for a while. Come in here. Now, if you have 500 gold, you can buy Janassa in the Drunken Huntsman, but I don't recommend it. Welcome to the Bannered Mare. You do not want to spend 500 gold on Janassa. Not worth. Not worth at all. Quick save. Talk to Redguard.
The heat, that, and a true. You've been taught too hot-headed, they cried. They wanted me to prove my. I guess they thought a woman wasn't strong enough to hurt him. I didn't mean for him to die.
It's not pulling up.
Just keep
It's out.
the heat of that and a true north. You've been taught too hot.
That's. I've never had this, but if it does, obviously just reload. If you experience this too often, if you experience this like over and over again, if I can't get this to work, it's sorry, it has happened to me before once. You switch it over to Feindal.
Want to hear a little Lord wisdom? Days no wrong.
Wait an hour, I guess, until she over and over again until Uthgerd comes to sit back down. What do you want?
Oh, did you need something?
If it's being weird, like it is now, then you're gonna actually need to punch her, reload the save. And if even that, oh no, wait, no, do not use any of the auto saves. Use your quick save. If none of those work, you can use Feindal for this, but Uthgerd is much better because she has better heavy armor.
Want to hear a little Lord
Okay.
wisdom? No wrong.
If you're struggling, you can sometimes... She usually sits back down around 10 o'clock, based on my observations, so... There are quite a few things that can happen here, and so this is why I'm trying most of them. Wait another 5. If none of this works, again, Feindal is an option. Okay. It's not being good. So then, with that, if you're still having difficulties, that's fine. Feindal will work for this. Just not as well.
I spend a lot of time at the market.
Head to Riverwood. I've experienced that once or twice. It's weird. I don't know why it happens. It seems to be something to do with Uthgerd. You have to be in that corner to start the fight, and sometimes she'll walk up and doesn't sit down for days on end. Check Feindal's house if you don't see him right off the bat. Here he is.
Divine Smith, lead the way.
It's so you're gonna want to trade with him. You need to take his bow and his dagger, and you're gonna give him his sword, and you're gonna want to give him the bone mold armor. Or sorry, no, you want to give him everything except the shield. I've discovered that despite the shield technically having a better armor rating, it also levels your heavy armor faster, so I made an exception to the rule. Sorry. You should also have the steel armor, if you want to give that to him instead. Of course. But I don't... Oh, that's weird. And then pull out your elven sword. And for a good while, you're gonna be kitted out in this. By mid-game, destruction is going to be your least used skill. So if any point in time you want to alter this guide at all, I've never encountered wolves here like this. You should be able to take them with the elven sword, your horse, and Feindal. They shouldn't be too hard. But we got the level 32 heavy arm, or one-handed, which is pretty nice. You're actually coming here for Ember Shard. Drop your horse off. Quick save, and then if Feindal's not there, wait 1 hour. He should be right next to you. There he is. Oak flesh. Elven sword. You should be able to take this guy with Feindal. Oh, I didn't give him the elven bow. Like I said, you should have 2 elven bows. Give him one. That was a problem. You going to want to find this guy's corpse. Just take generally everything. The only optional, you don't have to take the mace there. Okay, this is another important step. You could lose out on a lot of leveling if you do this wrong. Like, I'm talking 5 or 6 one-handed levels and like 2 alteration levels. Walk forward until Feindal's at this wagon, and tell him to wait here. He's a scapegoat. If you need him, you can get him, but you don't want to, if possible. Recast oak flesh. Pull out your bow. Get as many shots as you can in before they come over. Elven sword it up. Sorry about the cut there. If you get health low like I did, not uncommon, drink 2 potions. Or take a vegetable soup before coming into combat. Either or. Works just fine. Take everything except actual food and weapons. Between fights, wait an hour to regain your health and stamina. You do lose oak flesh, but that's not a big deal. Sprint up here. Wait another hour. As soon as you activate the lever, pull out oak flesh. Elven sword. Or sorry, no, actually, my bad. You want flames here. And you just want to burn him as much as possible until he comes around the corner. Or you run out of magicka, whichever comes first. Oh, my bad. I forgot. I'm making a lot of mistakes. You need to favorite your shield. This is a absolutely essential section. You do have to pop a veggie soup. You should kill both of them with relative ease with a veggie soup. Oh, you don't have to drop weapons, but that's the first thing you should drop. Cross this corner with your bow out. If you make enough noise, you should attract a guard. If you don't, you still get 1 free shot off guaranteed. Yet again, Elven Sword Shield. this should be pretty easy. It's mostly to level one-handed, and then when one enemy remains, you'll start leveling block. Come in here. Search the sacks for potatoes and tomatoes, or just vegetables in general. Don't take any fly. Anita or apples aren't necessary. You can take all this if you want, and those if you want. Obviously, any and everything in here. This can be a challenging part, so quick save before you take a shot with your bow. If you get unlucky, 2 out of the 3 here will be bandit outlaws. If one of them guaranteed will be a bandit outlaw and can be very dangerous. Yeah, like I said, very dangerous. If you continue to die over and over again, go get Faendal. But, again, avoid using Faendal whenever possible. Of course, I also forgot to cast Oak Flesh. Kind of a problem. Like I said, if you're unlucky, 2 will be bandit outlaws. If you need to, run away. If she doesn't, if you, like I said, take potions in increments of 2, when one enemy remains, you're gonna want to run back. You will probably need to wait. When inevitably you wait, your vegetable soup may or may not wear off. Make sure to check. Okay, we have another 6 minutes. Make another quick save. Elven sword. Yep, you see, that can happen a lot in runs like this with no armor and no stealth. You can die quite a bit. Quite a bit. Which is why you can also pull out your bow and get a free shot in on Warhammer Girl. Actually get a few free shots in. They don't know where we are, which is good. And then when she discovers you, get as many shots in as you can before pulling out your sword and shield, and jump backwards if she does a power attack like that. You should get 21 block out of this fight. And then you want to hope that this guy isn't a bandit outlaw, but if he is, that's fine too. Jump around and juke him, push him up, force him to fire his last arrow, and then should draw his dagger. And then you can force level block. Bash if he does a power attack. Sorry, I thought that was a power attack. If you, if your health gets too low, of course, just pop a potion. In this case, I'm a little too low for comfort. You want to get 22 off this. And once you have that, you can level up. Put it into health. And then, start... If you can... You shouldn't be able to, but if you can, grab Savage Strike. If you can't, put 1 perk point into Overdraw. And then just kill this guy. And then you also, as you can see, if he draws out his bow, that's fine. That actually gives you a big advantage. Kill him. Take his stuff. Hop down here. Grab that and that. Grab light armor forging. Grab these. Step up here, grab the coin purse. Hop down here. If you don't have the tower stone regenerated, which I will be surprised if you do, wait 20 hours. And if somehow 20 hours doesn't do it, by now wait another 5. And you'll have tower stone by then. Sorry, you're gonna end up waiting a lot because you want to avoid leveling lockpicking when it is possible, so tower stone will be used a lot. Kind of garbage loot, but it's loot and a little bit of gold, so. This character uses a lot of gold, and late game you use some exploits to give yourself a huge amount of dragon bone arrows. That comes like late game. I think the highest I've ever gotten with this was my first ever test run. I brought it up to level 42, which took a while. This is a long process. And you want to head back to the start of the mine. If you want to, go ahead and mine that iron, but not essential. If you have the pickaxe, go ahead. If you don't, it's not a huge deal. If wolves start howling, just automatically draw your sword, pull up your shield until they attack. There are 2 more steps remaining. After you've returned to the start of Ember Shard. Oh, and if ever you need any more money, go to Riverwood to get a woodcutter's axe and just chop a bunch of wood, by the way. And then come down here, grab Faendal. Jump out here real fast. Fast travel to Riverwood. By the time you enter Bleak Falls, you should be level, if I recall correctly, 13. There's a courier. He's going to give you a letter about the Jarl.
Looks like that's it.
Sell out your gear, except obviously the stuff you're actively using. Sell all that. Keep any arrows you get. Oh, before you enter any shopkeeper's inventory, quick save every single time. I make the mistake a lot. You can very easily accidentally sell your bone mold shield. It is not a hard thing to do. Because it's at the top of your inventory. And then you can sell him nothing from here. Head over to the Riverwood Trader, because you should have... Oh!
Some may call this
Big important step I forgot. Huge important step. Sell any gemstones you have. Huge step I just forgot. Sell clairvoyance. Any ingredients you get. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. Wow. You have... I beg of you, please yell at me in the comments section. I'm begging you. Please yell at me. I forgot 2 major steps. 2. You can keep the Staff of Frostbite if you have it. If you get it, keep it. If you don't, doesn't matter. I'm going to sell it because it can give you an advantage, and it'll kind of ruin the run. I forgot a huge important step that's going to make this video even longer than it needs to be, because it definitely needed to be longer than 41 minutes. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Alright, you need to go up to the exit of Embershard, which is marked by the stump. When you see that, look up for the iron ore, and then look up to the entrance, or sorry, the exit of Embershard. Look for the stump. Where's the stump? There's the iron ore, there's the stump, and then Embershard exit should be right around here. Huge step that I just entirely forgot about. Absolutely essential. It's like, I think it's like 300 gold. Maybe not quite 300, but it's up there. It can give you a lot of gold. And also sacks can give you your stuff for veggie soup. Especially tomatoes. These stacks can have a lot of tomatoes. Cabbages is never a concern, but tomatoes often are. Tomatoes can be a little annoying to find, and then on occasion so can leeks. Alright, you gotta take these gemstones. Be selling them to Lucan and or Bellathor, depending on how much Lucan has. Obviously, you don't need to go to Riverwood and sell all your stuff and then come back to Embershard. But if you do, that's fine. Just if you watch this and then go through it from memory, just make sure to grab all of those. Sorry about the cut. We've actually exceeded 45 minutes. My PlayStation's being weird. Sorry about that. So there's going to be a couple increments that are just odd there. Sell your gemstones, if you have any. Okay, my PlayStation appears to have fixed itself. You'll be using your elven gear for a little while until you get up to, I think it's either Dwarven or Orcish smithing, and you don't start power leveling smithing till, I think, level 15. There are certain things I'm not going to do perfectly correctly, but... Speak to this guy. It'll make your next little section a little bit easier. Talk to Carlotta. Da 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 da. We have this Mikkel quest, which gives you 250 gold, but more importantly, it gives you, I think, 8 tomatoes and 8 leeks.
I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me. I don't have... Carlotta put you up to this, didn't she? On my honor, I won't bother Carlotta ever again.
No matter what happens there, except brawling, which is extremely risky at any time, you will get a speech level up. You get 250 gold, and you can steal all her vegetables. All of which can benefit your vegetable your veggie soup endeavors. And then you come into Arcadia's Cauldron.
Take a look.
And you just want to buy, not potions of health, but minor healing.
Come back anytime.
If you have less than 5 potions of minor healing, come out here and buy some. Oh, wait, no, we're good, okay. You either hijack it into Bellathor's General Goods, or into the Bannered Mare, either or. Come down into the cooking. Oh, I forgot. Oh, wait, no, it's here. Here it is. I usually go to the Bannered Mare. This is the first time in a while I've gone to Bellathor for this. And then make more vegetable soup. You're usually going to be limited by leeks, but in this case, or sorry, tomatoes, but in this case you're actually limited by leeks. If you run out of leeks, check his inventory. They're cheap, so usually you can get a couple for basically free. If you can't, there's a bunch out in the farms. Alrighty. And with that, if you're where you are, you should have on your favorites Adrenaline Rush, Bone Mealed, Shield, Elven Bow, Elven Sword, Flames, Oak Flesh, and 14 Vegetable Soup. You should have 65 Iron Arrows, any amount of Steel Arrows, 12 Elven Arrows, 1 Elven Bow, 1 Elven Sword, of course, a Bone Mealed Shield, and these things, Potion of Health, Potion of Minor Healings, many potions of minor healing, minor magic, and stamina. An ever-loving large amount of alcohol to forcefully regenerate your stamina very quickly. A Daedra Heart. Those don't matter, those don't matter. And a bucket, a tall bucket with a handle. You should also have 2,208 gold. Ish. Somewhere around there. And with that, that is the end of today's episode of Redguard pure Redguard playthrough. There we go. I've already done a stream for the very beginning. I think it lasted about 40 minutes. Make sure to check that. I did a stream first just to get myself acquainted again. And with that, leave a like if you liked it. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. If you... Shut up, Bellathor. I'm trying to do my outro. Shut up. There we go. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike, and if you have any suggestions to improve the channel, or any constructive criticisms, if you might, leave them in the comments. Shut up, Bellathor! And with that, I leave you on goodbye.